My name is Tatia. Welcome to PEPELT and, of course, the month of May and our wonderful theme of finding comfort and our amazing picture book of the month, Hug Me, written by Simona Ciraolo. I think that's hopefully approximately right. Okay, now, I work in primary teacher education. My films are based on what I would do with student teachers. I hope by now you've seen the films by Sandy and by Gail and have got a bit of an idea what this book is about. So obviously I always watch Sandy's and Gail's films, and Sandy was looking at the end papers, these amazing end papers, and the idea of family tree. Gail was talking about research, cacti, and I was thinking, oh, it's all, yeah, that started to give me I got some ideas. And then I was looking a little bit closer at the language in the book, and a lot of it's written in the simple past, and there are a number of irregular verbs in there. We've got active, we've got passive. So I thought, oh, perhaps we can look a little bit at the language side of this book, because we have a lot of Felipe was sad, he was lonely, he wished, and we've also got grew, made, went. So I was thinking perhaps we can focus in on perhaps irregular verbs, active or passive. So something to look at with student teachers. And the other thing I thought was, it's quite interesting the way it's quite short sentences. So I thought that really lends itself to find perhaps a writing activity, telling a story in very short sentences, sequencing linked to it. So I was thinking about what kind of post-reading activity, what kind of writing activity one could create that could perhaps also be perhaps acted out. So that's where I was going. And you might have seen we suggested Hug as a suitable book as well, which was in the theme of finding comfort and a good hug. And here we've got well, the Felipe is a bit prickly, and we've got the hedgehog as well, and I thought that's interesting, the combination, and the tortoise at the back. And here we have, of course, got the stone. So I'm thinking this is interesting. So we've got hard and prickly. So I was thinking about that, and I was wondering what kind of other combinations one could find which might find it difficult to hug. And so I was talking to my daughters, and they suggested the raspberry. They said nobody can hug a raspberry. So they felt perhaps we could reproduce a story with fruits or other objects, too soft to squish in a hug. And so I thought that might be a nice creative idea, to come up with a new story based on two objects that want to hug, and give them a persona, bring them to life, so to speak. And the other thing that I really liked was this final image of Felipe having this amazing cuddle with his new friend. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be lovely if we could come up with a craft idea to recreate this hug, and see if we could link it to student teachers developing a task, giving instructions in English, and stimulating children to be creative and with different materials, also teach the language for the different materials, art materials and crafts materials that they'll be using, and find a way of reproducing this wonderful picture. And perhaps they might be using, I don't know, I've seen a toilet paper roll cactus, I have seen stones that have been painted and coloured, and so perhaps something around centred all on those ideas. Hope you like my ideas for Hug Me. Have a great week. Our next theme is coming soon. We've still got a Netters video as well, and stay safe and see you next month. Goodbye.